Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Double Feature Podcast. We are now on episode 6, and in this video, we are going to be talking about
Doomsday.
Doomsday trailer. The Doomsday trailer. The Doomsday trailer came out on Monday. So, what are your thoughts?
Man, I hate to be the Debbie Downer in the room, but I'm not excited. I'm not excited.
I feel like that.
We don't need it right in front of my face.
Okay, my fault. Let them cook.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think Doomsday will be okay. And that's about as far as that goes for me because what the fuck are we doing here? Like every single scene in the trailer that I've seen so far is not something that gets me excited. There's not a single one. The only single scene that maybe gets me sort of excited is Doom stopping Thor's not even the hammer. What the fuck is it called? Stormbreaker.
I felt like that looked
it looks
unpolished.
Bad. It looks bad too. That's what I'm talking about.
But it's the first look, so I mean, it's
I
not.
guess,
they're still
but
gonna
like,
work on it.
It doesn't look very good, and like I don't know, man. Overall, I am not excited for the movie, and I want to be. I want to be excited for the movie because like I've been a big Marvel fan since before you were born, literally.
Yeah, because the OG Toby movies were in 2000.
Yeah. You were.
Then there was Blade and the X-Men movies before I was born too.
Blade was in the 90s.
99.
And don't get me wrong, I wasn't watching all that shit when I was like 3.
Yeah, the before I was born is kind of a crazy take because you don't remember any of that shit.
I don't, but
you
like
don't remember that.
I don't, but like I remember watching the movies before you were born.
Yes.
Or no, not before you were born, but before you were able to remember what they are.
So let's go more into depth about
Doomsday. Yeah.
Thoughts on the trailer.
Yeah.
Let's go first through some positives. I have a couple off the dome. The color grading does not look terrible. It doesn't look amazing, but it's similar to Endgame. Where
Endgame looks awful, man. That movie looks awful.
I'm sorry. Some of the best character designs.
Yeah, maybe.
Captain America's suit is the best it's ever been.
Captain America's suit looks great in Endgame. I will give you that, but like, I think the movie is just so fucking gray and brown and like dark, and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing here?
Well, I mean, it's tough if you're in a war. You have to make it look a little
No, that's
gray
not necessarily true.
Because of the smoke and
Man, okay. I don't want to necessarily bring this back to Supergirl, but the Supergirl comic is just so full of lively visuals where it's just so colorful and it looks amazing the entire way through. And it's not a story that shies away from having these like big epic moments, but all the big epic moments are still full of color and like vibrancy, and I don't know why superhero movies have just not had that. Like Endgame, I think, is a great movie, and it like, you know, it delivered some of the best hype moments in the MCU we've had.
For sure.
But like, I can't you know, just say that the final, not even the final couple scenes, like the second half of the movie is not drab, boring, and gray and brown. Like it doesn't look good. And it's
You said it's not, don't you mean it is?
Is that what I said? Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I meant it looks drab, boring, and gray, brown, whatever. And there's so much potential for it to be livened up with color.
Well, see, look, I was just trying to be Dude, positives first. You took my positive
Sorry,
and made it a
sorry,
negative right
sorry,
away. So we'll
sorry.
scratch that. Positive. It doesn't seem like Doctor Doom is an Iron Man variant,
That is
and
a positive.
and
Yes. Yes.
it's almost hard to hear Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. Like the accent he puts on, you hear a hint of Robert Downey Jr., but it's a
I can hear a
completely
hint.
different character.
I can hear a hint, but it does seem that they're actually like fully committing to the fact that he is not Tony Stark, and I'm really worried about the fact that they will like backtrack and be like he's a Stony Tark. What the fuck? Tony Stark variant. Holy shit. Holy shit. Sorry.
Stony Tark might go, bro.
Stony Tark. No. I think they are like fully committing to the fact that he's Victor Von Doom, and I need them to do that because I think I would be really upset if they actually did end up being like he is a Tony Stark variant, and
I do like the idea of it possibly being that Tony Stark is actually Doom, but he was adopted by the Starks. That theory has
I still
gone
don't
around a
like
lot.
that. I still don't like that because the whole point of having Doom in a storyline is he's Doom. And
He would be Doom with that.
I guess
Tony Stark would be Doom.
but that's the point. The whole thing is that I don't want some sort of workaround story to make him Doom and make it fit in the universe. I just want him to be Doom. I want him to be Doom, and I want him to have the same pettiness that he always has because Doom is the most petty fucking villain that ever existed.
Everything with Doom looks really good in Doomsday. Like I will.
I think
say
it does
that.
so
I mean,
far.
His
So
character
far.
design looks great. Like that's a fire shot right there.
Yeah, and I mean, like, his mask looks good so far. I like that they have the eyes showing. I was worried they wouldn't do that because, Robert Downey Jr. was Tony Stark. I thought they were going to cover it up with, like, some
White
lights. in
light
his
beams.
Yeah. I'm glad that they have his eyes there. That's good. The costume looks good. He has some chainmail. He has some, like...
He got that shit on.
Yeah,
He got
like,
that shit on, as he should.
He
As
looks
should.
he looks pretty fire, but like I'm just still worried about it. I just don't trust them to be able to like let us have a full Doom
I will
because it's
say that-
never happened in live action.
I think this trailer has got me a little bit more excited for it because before it was like we have no idea what's going on. Now that we see an actual story, we see the first look of Doom and we see how things are looking to shape up. I did feel more confident in it watching the trailer, but I also had points where it's like I felt nothing. And it really does suck that they brought back my favorite character in the MCU, Captain America, and whenever it shows him in the trailer, I felt nothing. I did not feel anything.
They also have him in nothing. He's
dressed as a regular dude.
shirt and jeans, man. Like,
He got that shit on though.
no.
Yeah, he got that shit on.
I mean, it looks fine. It looks fine. You know what I mean? Like, if you were to walk into a random motherfucker on your everyday commute to work,
Yeah.
looks fine. But Captain America? No. No. They could have at least put him in some sort of, like, nomad outfit or something like that. And I don't know, man. It's not working for me so far. I like Doom. Doom seems to be the best thing out of the trailer, which is what you want from a Doomsday movie. But everything else just feels like they're grasping at straws and they're just like throwing shit at the fucking wall. Like, here's one thing. Channing Tatum as Gambit. I think he was fun in Deadpool and Wolverine, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was fun. But as a serious Gambit, as somebody who's watched all of X-Men and X-Men 97, the
I mean,
OG series.
Channing Tatum has range, and they literally told him that he had to dial it back a little bit for this movie.
I know, and here's the thing. I did hear like for Deadpool and Wolverine, like they made him up it a bit to make it comedic.
Dude, that one I feel like you're tweaking on that.
No,
I have no worry about him because that's a role he's wanted to play his entire life.
and I understand.
I feel like he's gonna knock it out the park.
You know, you want him to be able to deliver on what he said he's always wanted to do, and that's cool. That's cool. But it's just he's also in his 40s, and Gambit should probably be max like 30.
And in Hollywood, that's the same age, bro.
No.
Yes, it is.
Not
Tom Holland's
necessarily.
30, and he was Telemachus, who was 20 in the Odyssey. He fit the role perfectly.
No, but you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Is that Channing Tatum's like 40, if not mid 40s. I don't know his actual age, but
You worrying about the age with that and other things is just stupid. It's how they portray the character. The age doesn't matter. It's how they look. If
But
they
that's-
look younger than that, it works.
he doesn't look young enough to play the Gambit that I think of in my mind, and that's fine. Like, I think he was good as a fun Gambit in Deadpool and Wolverine, and maybe I'll come back after you watch Doomsday, and I'll be like, he was fucking awesome. You know, like, I am willing to change my mind on a lot of my opinions that I have right now. I'm just saying, like, right now it doesn't feel like these characters are meshing with what they're supposed to be, I guess. So Channing Tatum, I think he looks fine. His accent was fine in Deadpool and Wolverine, but it's not.
It was a little
Like-
over the top, but it was done intentionally.
And I know it was done intentionally, but it's just not. I need to see it in action. And then Robert Downey Jr. seems good as Doom so far. But then Thor, yeah, he's going to fucking die, man. He's going to fucking die.
Unfortunately, but yeah, he is cooked for sure.
He's going to die.
See, so like one thing I will be very happy, and if they don't do this, it's a major missed opportunity, and I will be upset about it. But I think one of the best things that they can add into this story for the story of the MCU is God of Stories Loki meeting Thor and them having a reunion and him being so proud of him. That is the best thing that they could do for payoff from this saga. From the multiverse saga, that is the best payoff they could do.
I also think
For Thor to see Loki and for him to realize how he's good and
Yeah.
he's finally how he always knew he could be.
I also think it'll make a lot of sense for the multiverse storyline that they're trying to go with, especially since Loki has taken over the multiverse himself. It'll actually, I feel like it'll replace the Molecule Man storyline in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah, I've read it. Yeah.
I know you've read it. I've just heard a little bit about it. I haven't actually read the whole thing, but I feel like Loki could very easily replace Molecule Man.
No,
In-
I think what
No?
would be done better is if he replaced someone else. If he replaced Hyperion in that, because Hyperion.
But isn't
at first I
Hyperion
was saying,
supposed to just be like a Superman clone?
Yeah,
Not-
so pretty much like Sentry. So at first, whenever I was hearing about this, I was like, oh, Sentry could be a good replacement for it. But the way that it ends in the Secret Ward comic, which spoilers for this comic right here, is that they're like it's Thor and Hyperion trying to fight against the Beyonders and like save what's left, and they both are like losing arms and legs, and then they're like we know we will not survive this, brother, but we will fight. We will see each other in Valhalla. Let's give it all that we have left.
That does sound like a good Loki
That would
moment
be good
with
for him and Loki.
A good
to,
Loki
like,
moment?
That,
Yeah.
See, that's where like me reading this comic gave me more faith in what they can do, because like yes, everything in the MCU has been all over the place, but in this comic, stuff is all over the place in here too. It's multiple different universes they are juggling, multiple different characters I never saw,
And the thing is-
like groups together, and then they were all able to come together in the end in the story, and it ended up working really well. And if they do that, where they do that exact storyline for how Thor dies, and that's how Loki dies too, and that's how Doom wins, like that could be pretty good.
And I believe you on that part. I think the thing about comics specifically, though, is that they have like they had like a big underlying story that's been running for multiple comics to build up to this sort of thing, whereas this movie has totally failed in that aspect. Like, they have not had all of these movies build up to this.
I mean, there's also a big thing in the comic with Black Panther and Namor's beef, and it seems like they're adapting that pretty much with Shuri. And because, I mean, Wakanda Forever, they had beef at the end of it too. She still didn't like him, but she just made peace with him.
I think Wakanda
so they can
Forever
have that
is kind of an okay movie, though. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, yeah, but you're wanting shit to connect. I'm telling you how shit can connect. You know, it's just. But back to the pros. This one, I there's no way you can argue with me on it, is that the scenes in the X Mansion do look pretty good, and the main one, which there's no way you can argue with me, is every shot of Cyclops looks fucking incredible.
Oh,
Cyclops looks amazing. They had that short little shot where he's inside the mansion and like holds his visor. It looks perfect.
Peak.
Yes.
See me? This is a peak. That's peak.
It looks everything with Cyclops looks perfect. I think James Marsden's gonna kill it. He's gonna be probably
James Marsden was honestly like perfectly casted as Cyclops, and they just kind of completely threw him to the fucking side in the OG X-Men movies.
Because Hugh Jackman did so good in the first one.
But bro, he was Cyclops. He was perfectly cast. He could have easily led the whole fucking idea of the X-Men if they'd actually just like stuck to the comics and would like let Cyclops lead.
Let him be cool.
James Marsden was like, I couldn't have asked for a better fucking casting. And I really hope that we actually get, and it seems like we're going to, just based off the one trailer we have and the leaks we had before then of Cyclops doing his thing. I think James Marsden is going to be his best Cyclops we've ever fucking seen in this movie, and I really, really hope that's the case, because Cyclops is goated, people. Cyclops is goated, people.
Well,
Please.
One thing I like about this trailer too is that the entire multiverse saga, it's like people are like, we are not vibing with these characters. We don't like these characters as much. And then the entire monologue of this trailer is Thor being like, this team is not good enough. We are not going to be able to win this. So, like, it makes it more like you feel the dread of it. You feel the scope, because it's not the OG powerful-ass team we knew that defeated Thanos. Like, it's just super soldiers and shooters. That's it.
Yeah.
And so
I hear what you're saying about that.
I think that's how, like, even though the multiverse saga wasn't executed perfectly, that's a good way to like kind of excuse that. Not really, but like,
I wouldn't say excuse.
Yes, not the word I'm trying to use, but like make it so it makes sense in the story, where it's like, oh yeah, we have no fucking chance. Yeah. We're gonna try our best, but we have no chance.
Yeah.
And from what it looks like in the trailer is that the Thor's team, everybody, the Fantastic Four, New Avengers, the Avengers, Thor, all of them, they're going to go to the X-Men universe and start fighting them, probably because Doom told them that's what they need to do to win.
Yeah,
and then
bullshit.
They realize with the X-Men team that Doom is the real villain, and they all start fighting, because you've seen the leak of the fighting the Sentinels.
Yeah.
Everybody fighting the Sentinels. So
that's another thing that I've been hearing about this movie, is that Doom is going to come as a friend to most people, which makes sense, because that's how Doom kind of is.
He's playing it smart. Yeah. He's not telling anybody his full plan.
Yeah, that's always how Doom has kind of been, is he's the tactician, you know what I mean? Like, he's always the one that's, he's pulling all the strings, he's the puppeteer to get people to come together and like fight each other, even though he's, he maybe take on a lot of them by himself? Sure. But if he can get them to fight amongst themselves and kill each other,
then he could just take over on his own afterwards.
He's going to do that. Yeah, exactly.
I'm interested to see. Another thing I noticed is with Loki. I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do with his story. I want him to play a big part in it because I mean
Yeah.
he has the best character arc in the
They've given us
MCU.
no sort of indication of him being in the movie though.
They literally showed him in the trailer.
On this most recent one,
Yes,
where's he at?
they show him in his like Loki TVA outfit.
Did they?
100%.
Okay, I believe you. I
100%.
might have missed it.
But
That's my
what I
fault.
was saying with that is I'm confused with that because I thought he had to stay at the multiversal tree to hold it together. So
I
how
thought
is
so,
he
too.
going to be able? What I've been thinking is he just makes a clone. I mean, he is the god of mischief still, so he makes a clone of himself and goes to the other realities, or maybe since he's holding
Or he
onto it,
pulls-
or since he's holding on to all the branches of reality, he can like send a projection of himself into one of those realities, and then he is
I can see
actually
it.
he starts getting people to team up, like gets Cap first because
Yeah.
like you see, you didn't even notice him in the trailer, but you see a guy holding like a TVA card that it's a Loki TVA card. It shows his face, and you see very faintly he has a ring on his hand, and it's the same ring that Steve Rogers wears in the first trailer where it shows him.
Okay.
So it's like
Okay.
him recruiting Steve to the cause, but talking about Steve, like, yeah, we felt nothing about it, but I wanted to ask you what you think about what everybody's saying online, which is that the Steve that we see in the trailers is not the Steve Rogers we know. He's Hydra Cap.
I didn't hear that specific part of the theory. I can see him not being the Cap that we're used to, like being an alternate timeline.
I actually think that'd be a lot cooler than the OG Cap returns at the end or in Secret Wars, and that the Hydra Cap is on Doom's side, and he's manipulating with Doom.
You know, the more I think about it, because like I said, I didn't hear the Hydra Cap theory until right now. The more I think about it, I'd probably prefer if he was Hydra Cap because I don't want Steve Rogers back right now.
He's going to be back. If it's Hydra Cap, there's going to be the OG Cap too at some point.
I know,
that's
but
going to happen.
Like, put that in Secret Wars. Don't have him come back.
I mean,
like, immediately the movie after Endgame, having him come back and be Captain America is just kind of shitting on everything that happened in Infinity War and Endgame. Like,
I do like that theory because then like people are like, one in the comics, Hydra Cap has been able to like wield Mjolnir just because he still believes what he's doing is right.
yeah.
But what would be a cooler thing that people are saying is that he like Mjolnir decides who's worthy, but it can't tell the difference between variants
Yeah.
because they're
Yeah.
from there. So it just assumes it's the main Cap, so he's
Yeah.
able to wield Mjolnir. But
Which-
then it realizes it's not.
Which I can see that I can see that logical
That'd make better with him
breakdown.
being a regular dude too.
But that yeah. Oh, that shit pisses me off. I'm sorry. Like, why the fuck do we have Captain America in a black t-shirt and olive green pants? Are we serious? Like, I would much rather him be in his nomad fit. He has a beard. He has long hair. Just put him in the nomad fit, bro. He doesn't have to have his shield. I know Falcon is Captain America, bro. I know he's Captain America, and that's fine. Captain America can be Falcon, bro. Or not Falcon. You know what I mean. Sam Wilson.
Yes.
Sam Wilson can be Captain America. That's cool. I'm not one of those guys that's like Black Captain America. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, a lot of
and
people
there-
are like that, unfortunately.
there are plenty of those people out there. You know, Steve Rogers gave his Captain America title to Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson is Captain America to me right now. That's
Yes.
fine. That's fine. Just make him Nomad, bro. Just make Steve Rogers Nomad. Give him his fit that he had in Infinity War. He already has the beard. He already has the long hair. Give him the fucking fit. Why the fuck is he in a fucking black t-shirt and olive jeans? It's stupid to complain about, but like I don't want regular dude in my fucking Avengers movie. You know what I mean?
I just there's still the concerns, but this did make me feel a little better about it, even though I still have a lot of the same concerns. But like I said, this comic here has
I
made
haven't
me
read it
from the
yet.
beginning think that Doomsday could be pulled off because I felt this was pulled off really well, and it's using a bunch of characters I never even met, and it's just having me
Yeah.
just understand it and
Just throw 'em right
yes,
into
just
it,
go
which
into
is what
it.
comics do a lot of the time. Is they just throw you into some shit, which is cool.
So why are you so against everything what this trailer stands for if it's like a comic book?
What do you mean?
You're hating on every aspect of the trailer
I'm not hating on
for
it.
those similar reasons.
No.
Because you're saying there's been no build up with these characters. There's no build up with characters in the comics.
Yeah, but it's different when it comes to a movie because, like, here's the thing. I can be thrown into something in a comic or a movie. The general audience is not going to fuck with that.
But we're talking about what we think, not the general audience.
I know, and bro, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying.
Okay.
The setup was set up for this fucking comic. There was setup. There was setup for that. You might not have read it, and that's fine. You didn't read that, the setup that was there for this comic.
What if the setup before this was just as bad as the multiverse saga?
I guarantee it wasn't, because it's comic books and they have editors for the whole fucking thing that keep shit together. And this is also written by Jonathan Hickman, who is like crazy good writer.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying.
Who are the crazy good writers in the MCU right now? There haven't been any for the past 6 years.
There's been great written things.
Thunderbolts, that's about it.
You're tweaking hard.
What am I missing?
Thunderbolts, Loki.
Loki was good, yeah. Yeah, Loki
The Fantastic Four was written decently.
Fantastic Four was okay, in my opinion. It wasn't great. It was okay. It was good. It was like... Actually, I still think I like the 2005 Fantastic Four more.
I mean, I don't think that's insanely crazy, but it's not a bad movie.
Yeah. I think 2005 Fantastic Four is more corny.
WandaVision was great.
WandaVision was
written
fantastic.
greatly.
I love WandaVision.
I mean, Shang-Chi was written great,
Shang-Chi
and
was good.
the director for it is directing Spider-Man Brand New Day that comes out next week.
We're gonna review next week, guys. Stay tuned.
Can't wait.
I don't know.
I am sad that it seems Spider-Man won't be in this one.
Yeah, but he's gonna be in Secret Wars.
But there's a leak that I saw that I thought would be pretty cool, which is that
he's gonna get the symbiote. And then he's gonna be in Secret Wars.
He gets it in the post-credit scene after dying.
Yeah.
And then he is the only one, since he died right before the incursions, he's the only one who remembers his life on Battleworld, and then he reforms the Avengers. That would be sick.
That could be dope.
That would be sick.
I would be very cool with that happening.
100%.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I did want to ask you about this. Actually, I'll ask you this after we get all of our thoughts. Do you have any other thoughts on the trailer that you want to say? I mean, I think I like Thor's monologue. I like that Thor is serious again. I like that.
I like the
everything with
again.
Thor. I like, because I fuck. It's like Infinity War Thor, and that's one of the Infinity War Thor is the best. Is one of the best characters. That's just one of the best characters in the MCU. Is Infinity War Thor.
Infinity War Thor is his best characterization he's ever had, and I don't know why they can't fucking stick to that, but it's fine.
But then I think Doom looks great as well. I like the accent Downey's doing. I like how he's a completely different character. I think the X-Men look great. Mystique looks a little weird, but she's just older, so I'm not gonna. Look weird. But she's older. Like
it's not just weird. It's not just because she's older. She has a bad wig. They gave her too much shit on her face.
Shang-Chi looks great. I'm excited to see him again. I'm super excited to see Shang-Chi again.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of going through the points before I have you say your closing remarks before I ask you what I was gonna ask you. The incursions look like how they're portraying them look pretty good with that one shot they show of Professor X. I'm excited to see Professor X and Magneto, them fighting each other.
I'm excited to see both Ian McKellen
My
and
lowest
Patrick
point
Stewart.
is the Avengers crew that we've been building up with. Like
they look bad.
And like there is a lot of scenes where it just looks like they're just sitting in a room talking, which is not
it's not
the
great.
best.
It's not great.
But what other things do you want to say real quick?
I'm just I'm getting to the point where I'm tired of getting these drab and gray ass movies, which is what we've got with Endgame. Infinity War was not that. Infinity War actually was pretty colorful.
Oh yeah,
But
goated movie.
but Endgame like was very drab and gray 90% of the movie. And I think that if we're going to evoke comics into the film world, we need to start putting art into them. Like when I'm talking about with color, with the cinematography, all that shit has been lacking super hard in superhero movies recently, especially with just Supergirl that just came out. It was brown and gray.
I think Spider-Man: Brand New Day is gonna make us feel
And
better about that.
I hope so. I really hope it does. But we just need more color. We need more cinematography. We need more, intentionally framed ideas in superhero movies to make people want to go see superhero movies again. And that's why The Odyssey was so good. Is because they just had this vision where every frame was decided and every
Same as Project
idea.
Hail Mary.
Yeah, like it just worked perfectly well, and I want to see more of that with superhero films because it's possible. You can do it. They just haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
So,
That's all you got?
I think so.
Okay. Let me ask you this question then. Because I've been seeing this leak a lot, and what it seems like is that it may be true. How would you feel if the movie starts with an incursion with the X-Men's universe, which Deadpool and Wolverine are part of this X-Men universe, they're saying here, that's what they say, and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man universe. And people are saying what happens is that the X-Men universe has a device that can destroy an entire planet to stop an incursion because they've dealt with many. So they said Deadpool and Wolverine, and they are saying that the way that's going to end is that Wolverine is going to hold off Tobey Maguire and Doc Ock in a fight to give Deadpool time to set the device and escape. But then at the beginning of the movie, within 10 minutes, Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man's dead, Doc Ock is dead, and Wolverine, Hugh Jackman, is dead. How would you feel if that happened?
Fuck off! I'm walking out of the theater. That's it. That's it. I don't want to say anything else. That's it.
You would genuinely walk out.
I would walk out. I'm done. You can kill them. You can kill those characters, but in 10 minutes in the movie, fuck off. Okay.
Even if you know they're coming back for Secret Wars.
That would be lame. I don't like it when characters are killed and then are brought back. It's
Aren't
lame.
you a comic book fan?
Yeah, I am. But, like, you have to make it worth it to bring them back. So, I would think the problem is with having characters come back, and I know that it happens in comics, and it's fine in comics because they do explain them, for at least the most part, well, I guess. I still am of the opinion, which James Gunn would agree with me, but he hasn't been cooking recently, unfortunately.
Maybe the trailer tomorrow will show us otherwise.
I hope so. Which we're going to get to. Bringing a character back kind of takes away the weight of their loss in a story. And that's always been something that I've kind of had an issue with, even though I do love to read comics. And I do think that characters are brought back in a good way most of the time in comics. But I think especially in a cinematic universe, it hits you harder when a character is dead and they're just gone.
I agree. I think with Cap, they can do him.
He makes more sense because he didn't die of some tragic shit.
I think they can do his well, where the old man Cap that gives the shield to Sam is actually someone who went through Doomsday.
Yeah,
is the Cap
that's possible.
Who dealt with Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah, that's totally possible, and that's fine, and that's why he was like, especially that actually kind of works with the end of Endgame.
No, I don't think I will.
No, I don't think I will. Yeah, he's like, I won't tell you because
I can't.
I can't tell you.
Yeah,
Because
I realized what
yeah,
messing with time
like,
did, so
yeah,
I can't do it again.
exactly.
Yeah.
So like it kind of works there, and that I'll be okay with. I still don't think they should have brought him back immediately in the next Avengers movie. But I'm not mad about it, I guess. I just think it's a bit desperate, which is why I also thought it was desperate when they cast Robert Downey Jr. as Doom.
But it does genuinely feel like they just think he was the best choice for the role.
And
That's what
you
gives me
know,
more faith with it.
and that's also why I'm like,
And,
please don't make him a Tony Stark variant.
well, that's
Don't.
why I think it'll be cool. Like if the regular dude is Hydra Cap,
Yeah.
because then Doom is just like that's what you'd want. You like you said, he's a tactician. He's literally just playing them like a
Yeah.
fucking fiddle
It's
because
no, it's
he's
supposed to be
using
like a
his face.
chessboard for real.
Because he's using his face. Because let's say he's just completely Doctor Doom, but he knows that the biggest hero of this universe is Tony Stark.
He like puts on his
takes
face.
it off. He takes off the mask to show them that they're an ally, and he's a different variant of
But-
Tony Stark until they realize that he's wrong, and then they also use Hydra Cap to, make
But
them
that's
think,
also-
oh, we're safe. We have the group.
That's also why I don't really like him coming back as Doom. Okay, let me explain a little bit. Doom has always been like as a character in the comics, he's always been so fucking egotistical, which is what Tony is. Stony. Did I say it fucking
Yeah, you
again,
did it
bro?
again.
Holy
You're
shit.
not law.
Sorry. Tony has always been like super egotistical, and so is Doom, which is why Doom takes a fucking metal plate and fuses it to his fucking face, because once he has,
The scar, he doesn't want anybody to see it.
he doesn't anyone to see his face, which is also why I'm like, why are we seeing multiple promotions of Doom having his mask off his face? That's what makes me worried, because like at the end of Fantastic Four, his mask isn't on his face. In that picture of him with his long draping cape that they put out recently,
Yeah, he's holding his mask.
he's holding his
But
mask.
I mean, he could be like, he could fuse it onto him once he becomes God Emperor Doom.
Yeah, but the whole point is that
Because he knows he needs to use it to his advantage. Like,
Yeah, but-
yes, he's egotistical, but he's also a genius. He knows that's the only way he'll be able to gain their trust.
What you're not understanding about what I'm saying is that Doom in the original comics, at least from what I understand, please don't castrate me if I have this wrong.
Yeah, bro hasn't even read a Doom comic talking about Doom.
I've read a Doom comic. Not a lot, but I've read some. He's supposed to just have like a little scar. Just like nothing crazy. But it's enough to like pump up his ego so much that he's like, I have to cover this. I have to cover this. And then he literally fuses it to his face and gives himself more scars because he literally has a white hot metal, branded onto
Yeah.
his fucking face. He literally scars his face worse because he doesn't want anyone to see his face because he has the one little tiny scar.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of ego that we're working with when it comes to Doom. And that's why I don't like Tony being his face, is because you're not supposed to fucking see his face. You're supposed to, like, just kind of inhale his aura a little bit, huff his farts a little bit, like, you know what I mean?
I mean, he got aura still.
He does. So, I don't know. I think overall that's kind of my full opinions on what we have going on with this trailer. I don't know if there's anything else you want to talk about when it comes to this. I just think that right now it feels like they're kind of meandering with what they have and they don't really have a full vision. And maybe it will come into a better spot once we get to the movie. But right now,
I mean, I still feel
I'm worried.
skeptical about a lot of it, and think that they might not have a plan. But I also think positively, and think everything that they've done for this movie is intentional, and they do have a plan that could actually cook hard.
Yeah.
Like them having RDJ as Doctor Doom, they genuinely thought he was the best role for it, or he's manipulating the Avengers. The Russo brothers coming back, they said they were only going to come back for Secret Wars, which is what they're doing, but also, I don't think they would have came back after not having a single bad MCU movie. I don't think they would have came back to sloppily written
So
Avengers movie to do it. I don't think they would risk their reputation. So I feel
I hear what you're saying, but like the Russo brothers outside of Marvel really haven't
outside
done
of Marvel. So
They
what?
I know, but they haven't done anything that great.
Okay, well that's their bread and butter.
I
is
know,
Marvel.
and that's a fair point to make. I am sitting here cautiously optimistic. You know what I mean? So that's basically how I feel. I want it to be good. I just don't know if it will be.
Yeah,
That's really it.
I think if it's an 8 out of 10, it's done its job.
If it's an 8 out of 10 and then Secret Wars is a 10 out of 10, then like, fuck it. You know what I mean? But
Right?
Yeah.
That is all we got on our thoughts on the
Doomsday.
Avengers Doomsday trailer.
yeah,
I think it got me a little more trusting in them, but I also still have
Not
a lot
quite
of
for
the
me,
worries
but
that
it's fine.
he has. But going from that, since we're talking about the Avengers Doomsday trailer, we now wanted to do a quick little, nothing too crazy ranking of the 4 Avengers movies we have so far.
yeah, that's an easy one to do for me personally.
Yeah,
Do you
same.
want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I can go first. So, I will preface, I do think Doomsday will probably be the worst Avengers movie, but that is
I really hope not, but
a high bar because every Avengers movie, in my opinion, is an 8 out of 10.
yeah,
or
both him and
better.
I agree that Avengers of Age of Ultron is a good movie, and I think a lot
And
of
it
people
really
underrate it.
Yes, and it really
So-
sucks segueing into that I have to put as my least favorite
Yeah,
Avengers
it's
movie.
the bottom.
Age of Ultron.
It's the bottom.
But I have never understood a single inch of hate from that movie,
It's a
except
good
for like
movie.
Quicksilver dying. But I don't even care about him like
Quick-
I do in the comics. I'd rather just read a Flash comic or watch something with the Flash. Like
Yeah,
that
Flash
didn't bother
is
me
way
at all.
better than Quicksilver
I know.
for sure, but
That didn't bother me at all. I think Age of Ultron is an amazing movie, and I really do not understand the hate at all. It's the most fun. It's one of the most fun Avengers movies.
dude, Ultron is a fantastic
Ultron's
villain.
a fantastic villain.
Way better than the villain in the Avengers movie, the OG Avengers movie.
I mean, he's a
I mean,
pretty
it's
great
Loki.
villain too. He's
It's
a pretty
Loki,
great villain
but-
too, though.
He's a great villain, but I find him better when he's more sympathetic.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, that's besides the point.
But yeah, just Age of Ultron. I love it so much. I could put it on any day, like any night, whenever it's the end of the night, and just go to sleep to it because I do
that
love,
doesn't sound good.
in a good way.
I know.
I
I
do
put on the
just-
Superman movie to fall asleep just because it's
Yeah,
it's so wholesome.
I do love every moment of that movie, and I don't really have any complaints about it. For my third, it's Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
I think it's it's worse written than Avengers Age of Ultron, but it's just since it's the culmination of everything that
Yeah.
Marvel did
Yeah.
and all the amazing moments. I mean, it has some of the best moments in the MCU. I mean, the portal scene is probably the best moment in the MCU just because of the scope of it.
I disagree, but I'll get to that later.
Just because of the scope of it, you can't. Him finally saying Avengers Assemble, it's just everything pays off as it should. Thanos, they finally beat Thanos. Iron Man's death is amazing, and just you can't. The last hour is some of Marvel's, like, it's such amazing Marvel content, but the first 2 hours are kind of all over the place, and that's why it's lower. That's why it's a worse written
Yeah, I
movie than
agree.
Avengers Age of Ultron, because that is written pretty well, in my opinion.
Avengers Endgame has higher highs and lower lows
Yes,
than
exactly.
than Age of Ultron.
It's almost like I say the same thing about TASM 2, and that's why it's higher than something
No.
else, but you don't
No.
agree in this scenario?
TASM 2 has the worst lows of anything I've ever seen. Anyways,
You guys hear this?
we're going
You
to talk
hear
more
this,
about that
man?
next week. Let's move on.
Like, golly.
Let's move on.
I mean, so number 2, I got Avengers, the OG Avengers. Just incredible film.
Yes.
Them learning to work together and them beefing the entire movie is so great. Every time they fight each other, it's a great scene. The way that what Cap and Iron Man tell each other at the midway point, they prove each other wrong, in Endgame and in that movie, because Iron Man ends up making the sacrifice play.
Oh my
It
god, that's
just
one of the best moments in any Avengers
and just
movie.
them assembling for the first time is so peak with the score,
Dude,
and just
I honestly wish we could include. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I wish we could include Civil War on this list because it's damn near an Avengers movie. I feel like
it would be number 2 then for
it
me.
would probably be above Avengers 1. Anyway,
Yeah,
continue what you're saying.
I would probably. Oh, sorry. I'd probably agree with that. It just Avengers 1 is incredible.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Loki's
Yeah.
great as the villain, and he has the best character arc in the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
And it's just
He
it's
does.
just great.
He does actually. You're not wrong.
But I mean, number 1 to no one's surprise. Everybody's list is probably pretty similar to this. I would hope so, at least if you have a brain.
Mine's gonna be pretty similar.
But Avengers Infinity War is by far the best Marvel movie that they made. I don't think it's
Easily.
the closest is Civil War or Winter Soldier, and
I don't
they
even think
still
they're
don't
close.
they still don't
I don't even think
compare
they're close.
to Infinity War. I mean, the way they all lose, that how it's the first one where they all lose and they lose so terribly, and then just all the characters all together. Thanos as the main villain, but he's the protagonist of the story. Is such a great, so
Perfect.
great, and it has, which I did say Portal scene is like probably the best scene in the MCU, but it has the best scene in the MCU. Thor arriving in Wakanda is the best scene in the MCU. It's
I still don't agree, but I
oh
told you we'll
my
get there.
god!
I told you we'll get there. We'll get there.
Bro.
It's top 3. It's top 3, bro. It's top 3. You haven't let me get there. You haven't let me get there.
This man makes me want to kill myself.
You
every
haven't let me
day.
get there, bro.
Like, anyway, it's just love Spider-Man in it too. Tony's that's the word. It's not his ego. His unwillingness to forgive
up?
Cap. To forgive Cap.
Oh, yes.
Is the main
Yes.
reason that they lose.
Yeah.
And like the whole theme of like it's the theme of the movie is sacrifice and how the Avengers are not willing to sacrifice whatever to win, and Thanos is, and that's what they lose. Why they lose? It's just so great.
Perfect.
Movie
Perfectly
is just,
done. Perfectly done.
It's a 10 out of 10 to me. It could possibly be in my top 5 favorite movies because I just love it so much. But that's all I got from my list.
All right. I mean, my list is going to be pretty fucking similar. We're going to start with
worse. But worse. Yeah, for sure. I can tell. All right, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, you're going to let me fucking talk, you asshole. All right. Age of Ultron is at the bottom. And like I said, like Noah said earlier, it kind of sucks to put it at the bottom because Age of Ultron was kind of shat on by a lot of people, but I think it's a good movie. Is it perfect? No. James Spader as Ultron is fucking GOAT status casting. Like, absolutely incredible in that role. I think the movie...
The one-liners he got are so goated.
So good. I wish I could think of one right now, but my brain isn't working. Anyways.
When does it?
It works when I'm giving better takes on the podcast. All right, thanks. Which is all the time.
What's your number 3 then?
Are you gonna let me fucking continue, or are you just gonna like keep interrupting and being an asshole? You're right. Okay. So Age of Ultron is bottom. I think it's still a great movie. Mm-hmm. Quicksilver sucks in that movie. He doesn't suck as an actor. Aaron Taylor Johnson is good in the role, but like, come on, how is the speedster getting killed by bullets? Anyways, movie after that, it's Endgame. Which you also said.
How is your list different?
It's not. But you need to let me explain my fucking reasonings for the best moments in the MCU that you disagree with. That's the difference here.
All right.
So that's the difference here. What a fucking dumbass that you
wasn't
are.
me. That wasn't me.
Yeah, it was. Dude,
Scared
the
the shit
portal
out of
scene
me.
is not the best scene in that fucking movie. No, the fuck it is not. Portal scene is the third best moment in that movie. 2. Cap wielding Mjolnir. Come on. There were more cheers for that in the fucking theater than there were for the portal. Let's be honest.
I mean, it's a cooler moment, but it's not better for the culmination of the MCU.
Yes, it is. Because Age of Ultron was the one that fucking introduced that.
I mean, yeah.
And
so what is number one? I Am Iron Man?
Yes. Yes, that is. That was the first fucking movie in the fucking MCU. Are you kidding me? I Am Iron Man? That is the best scene in the MCU, period. Period. That is the best scene in the... Are you kidding me? And I Am Iron Man. Come on, bro. That is the best scene. Best scene.
It's up there.
No, it's not up there. It's number one. It is number one.
That's
Don't
your
even
opinion.
fucking... No.
That's
Shut
your
the fuck
opinion.
up.
There's things called opinions.
And you have a bad one. And you have a bad one. That is the best scene in the MCU. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? And then after that, hold on.
Calm down.
No. And then after that, when Pepper says, "You can rest now." Come on, dog. That's the best scene in the movie. Best scene in the MCU, I mean.
Okay.
Anyways.
Okay.
Endgame number 3. Number 2, Avengers. I know, we have the exact same list, but we have different reasonings. And that's why it's worth talking about it.
I mean, they're pretty much the same. I never said those moments weren't some of the best moments in the MCU.
Yeah, but...
Just Thor arriving in Wakanda is my favorite moment in the MCU.
Thor arriving in Wakanda is probably 3. But let me get there.
And Portal 4?
Yeah, Portal's great, but it's not top. It's not top. Avengers number 1 is just, I mean, it's the best team up movie ever made, just from a standpoint of doing it first. And they just did it perfectly first. I watched that movie when I was 14, because it came out in 2012. And
old head.
God, I fucking hate you. But
I was 9.
What a
8.
fucking freak.
8.
Imagine being born in the 2000s. That's crazy. And everyone's going to call me Unk in these fucking comment sections, and I hate you.
I'd rather be born in the 2000s than be 30 when Batman Part 2 comes out.
That's just so rude of them. That's not even my fault, bro.
It is.
It took 6 years.
It is.
No.
Be younger.
No.
Be younger.
I'm sorry. I should not be 30 when the first Batman movie came out when I was 24.
Be younger.
And I shouldn't be 28 when the next GTA comes out, when the last one came out when I was 15.
You're old as shit.
God, fuck you, dude.
Holy
Anyways.
hell.
Yeah, Iron Man's sacrifice at the end of Avengers 1 is one of the best scenes in the MCU. It's not top 5, probably 6, maybe.
Or
7, you never.
Okay.
You're the one who said it, bro. I don't know what you expected.
You're the one who's saying it like that. What are we doing?
It's because I'm trying to make it sound stupid, because it is.
I mean, just talk like yourself. Just talk like yourself. It'll sound stupid. Bro. Dog.
Anyways.
Alright, get through your list.
The Chitauri are a great threat. Loki's a great threat. It's just a great movie. I feel like it was just perfectly done for the first Avengers movie, and that's really all I have to say. Beyond that, Infinity War. I mean, come on, man. You already said a lot about it. It's just the perfect MCU movie.
Yeah, it is.
There's nothing. It really
is.
There's nothing you can take away from that movie. I would say, literally, the only tiny complaint, and this is like very minimum. It's to the point where it doesn't make it not a 10 for me. Is that there's maybe a little bit too much humor injected into the movie. Just a little bit. And that's a big MCU problem overall, is that they just inject a little bit too much humor into things.
It was mainly just the Guardians and Tony.
Yeah.
Nobody else was being comedic.
But the rest
Nobody
of the
on Wakanda was being comedic.
I know. And that's, like I said, this is the tiniest fucking nitpick of all time. Like, it's a 10 out of 10 movie for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, That's just the only thing I could maybe point a little bit of any sort of criticism at. But man, yeah, like you said earlier, Thanos as the protagonist is genius.
Genius.
And
the build up to him
the
in
beginning
it that
scene,
this
dude,
is not gonna have is
the beginning scene where he kills Loki and he fucking whacks the shit out of Hulk is the best.
So hard out of Hulk that he hasn't wanted to come out since.
Bro, that is the best tone setter for any movie I've ever seen. Like, it immediately lets you know what the fuck is up. Like, I have never like been awestruck by a movie like that in a theater until that moment, and I was like, oh fuck,
this thing you're like, we're in danger.
So yeah, that ends my list. You know, I had the same exact list as you, but I had different.
It's a little different, yeah.
To talk about it.
So I just like the way they, like I was just saying, with Doomsday is Thanos was set up since Avengers 1.
Yeah.
And it was
since
and you felt his Avengers 1.
They started him before that a little bit.
No.
Maybe you're right. No. Maybe you're right. It's been a while.
They just showed how he was going to be the big threat through the entire thing. And then whenever he finally comes, he shows right away who he is. But in Doomsday, we've seen him once. We haven't even seen him fully.
We saw him once, and it was a fucking post-credit scene.
It was the back of his head.
It's the back of his head, and his mask is in his hand.
Yeah, exactly. So that already shows, like, with that it's not... It has not had the build-up that it needed to for it to hit as hard as Infinity War. There's no way it'll be better than Infinity War.
Bro, it's because they tried to do Kang, and then they fucking pivoted because Jonathan Majors...
a woman beater to be Kang. Yeah. So they had to switch it all.
Yikes.
Yeah, Yikes. Pretty rough. Well, we talked about all of our Avengers movie things. We're just going to talk about real quick. We're going to skip the last thing.
What was the last thing?
Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just say real quickly, there was a story trailer that came out for Wolverine today.
It looks good.
And I'm still just as excited for it. It still looks really good. I mean, there's Jean Grey Mystique, there's Sabretooth, Sentinels, Omega Red, and it's just everything looks so good.
There's one quick thing I want to say about Wolverine, and we can move on quick from it. It seems like they're trying to set up the Logan-Jean romance again. I'm like, stop it!
You don't like that romance?
No.
Why?
I'm tired of the love triangle. Bro, everybody who loves Wolverine and Cyclops and Jean is tired of that shit. Trust me.
Fair.
Wolverine, actually, peak ship right here. Wolverine and Storm. They're perfect. They're perfect together.
Sounds like a good combo.
She's a tall, hot woman. He's a short, gross, greasy man. Dude, perfect ship. And they do it in the OG X-Men series that you haven't watched all the way through. The animated series.
I'm almost through it.
No, you're not.
I'm at season 3.
There's 7.
There's 4.
There's 5.
You don't even know.
There's 5, actually, though. There's 5. There's 5.
You're just not right.
There's 5.
There's
not 4. There's 5. I swear to God there is. If I'm wrong, flame me in the comments.
I'm going to look literally right after this episode and prove him wrong.
I swear to God there's 5.
He's going to be like, oh my bad, I was wrong.
Anyways, they do a Wolverine Storm romance in that, and it's like, it works. It works.
Mm-hmm.
I like it a lot. And I'm tired of... Jean should just be with Cyclops. And then there's going to be another thing that's thrown into that you're not going to see.
I don't think Wolverine or Insomniac has missed with a superhero game. So...
Spider-Man 2. They didn't miss. They just... they didn't miss with that. They just were off aim a little bit. Their aim was a little bit off.
Bigger Spider-Man fan than me, by the way.
I am.
Saying that they missed with Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I'm a bigger fan because I want better from my favorite character. Sorry. Is that a problem?
You nitpick everything with your favorite character, so it means you're fucking fake. You cannot deal with shit.
I'm not nitpicking Spider-Man 2 when half the people in the fucking world agree with me that the game was fucking rushed.
The only problem with the game is there's not more of it.
And the third act was entirely rushed.
Yeah, because there was not more of it.
Because it was
Because
bad.
there was not more
Because
of the...
it was bad. Because it was bad. The first 2 acts of the game are great. The third act is genuinely bad.
The third act is not genuinely... All right, we're done. I'm not listening to you anymore. Like, just shut the hell up and talk about Clayface since you're so hyped about it. A Clayface trailer came out. Okay. Shut the hell up and talk about Clayface, you fucking piece of shit. God fucking damn it.
You're wrong.
Just speak about goddamn Clayface. I don't have much to say. Say what you want to say, and we're gonna finish this episode, and I'm gonna whoop your fucking ass after the episode's over.
You have nothing to say about Clayface?
I will go off of what you say, but I'm just waiting for you to say this.
It looks good.
Us to finish this episode so I can beat your fucking ass.
You're not gonna beat my ass.
Oh my.
You're not gonna beat my ass.
Start. Go ahead.
Playface looks so good.
It does look good.
It's like the full on. It's the full on horror. I can see your fucking mad ass face. Anyway, it looks like the full on horror sort of thing that we need to kind of change the genres up in what superhero movies have been recently, because like that's the amazing thing about comics in general. Even though like, you know, you and I are both DC and Marvel fans, and there are a lot of other comics outside of DC and Marvel, which is fine, and I like those too. I haven't read a lot of them, but there are good ones. Mm-hmm. But even within DC and Marvel, which are fully focused on superheroes, genres exist, and that's a lot of the things that superhero movies haven't capitalized on. Is the fact that superhero is not a genre.
Yeah, it's not.
Superhero is a framing of a story.
Yes.
Whereas the genre can change depending on the superhero. It doesn't 100%. Fucking matter. And they haven't been doing that. They've just kind of been making this cookie cutter ass, this is a superhero movie, so haha, I'm the protagonist and we're gonna beat the villain by the end. Like, no, that's gotten so tired and boring, and that's why nobody wants to watch superhero movies anymore, because they've been just doing the same cookie cutter ass bullshit.
I do think Clayface looks great. I do think the DCU is tweaking hard though with that being the third movie. There's no reason that it should have. I still think it's going to be great.
I don't care. I don't care that it's the third movie, because it's a low budget. It's a low budget. Like they're putting the biggest misstep that they made was giving $200 million to Supergirl.
Bro, this is what I'm trying to say, is that if Clayface is not generationally loved and generationally revered as a great movie, and if Lanterns, nobody likes Lanterns, like he cooked the DCU with this lineup that he did. Nobody's going to be invested anymore because it starts with Superman as it's supposed to, but then it goes to Supergirl instead of Wonder Woman or Batman, and then instead of going again to Wonder Woman or Batman or The Flash or Green Lantern, it goes to Clayface first. And I think it's going to be good, but it's just the route that he's taking, if it's not a hit, if the next two things are not a hit, the DCU is done.
That's not true. That's not true.
To many people it is.
Let me explain why. So Supergirl, I think, was a misstep because they spent a lot of money. They spent I think it was $150 million. I said $200 million earlier, but they spent $150 million on it, whereas they spent $200 million on Superman. They should not have spent, even though I think the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic is fantastic, and they fucking fucked that up. You can watch our Supergirl episode. They fucked up the comic. There is in no world where you should have spent even close to the same amount on Supergirl that you spent on Superman, because Superman has been a character that
you're gonna get butts and seats with that.
Yeah, for damn near 80 years, whereas Supergirl has always been a side character to Superman. There's no reason you should spend even a third of the amount on her that you would spend on Superman.
No, not at all. And Batman should be getting a movie. And
here's the thing. You could have spent the amount that you spent on Supergirl, the movie, if you made it like the comic, actually.
I'm not going to lie. Here's the thing, too, with the DCU is that Matt Reeves is fucking up the DCU.
He is.
Genuinely.
He is.
And he's going to make another...
I hate to admit it.
He's going to make another banger. But if he, during this time, if the Batman Part 2
It's coming out in
If the Batman
2028
Part
now.
3 was slated to come out when the Batman Part 2 is coming out, you have a whole Batman trilogy that you can put into the DCU. And then Matt Reeves does his trilogy. He got his vision out of it. And then it's at that point where it's at the point
And
where
then
it can be a
after-
fantastical Batman. And then...
Yeah. And
then
then-
Superman and Batman can start meeting up.
Yeah.
But since he's taken so long, now James Gunn's put in that spot where he's like, do I keep waiting out for Matt Reeves or do I make a brand new
Well,
Batman?
that's the thing. He's not going to.
I don't know. It kind of seems like they might.
They're
now.
not merging.
It kind of seems.
There's
There's still possibilities that they might.
I don't think there's no possibility that they do. It's just that he's been saying for, I'm talking longer than 3 years now. He's been saying they're not merging. And again, yes, it's possible that they still end up doing it. But Robert Pattinson himself has said, I'm not doing a Batman movie unless Matt Reeves is attached.
So yeah, probably not.
So, but okay, that we kind of got off what I was gonna say. Clayface, I think, even though if we're talking about in the grand scheme of the DCU, I can kind of understand where you're coming from. It's not like what should be prioritized when it comes
Not
to
at
building a universe. But James Gunn has always said from the beginning that he's trying to put forward good scripts and good directors, good artistic teams that are finished.
Supergirl?
I know, and that's where I'm starting to lose faith a little bit in that idea. But
Good artistic team on Supergirl? Come on now. Come
but
on now.
have you seen the fucking trailers for Clayface? They look amazing.
This
look
one
amazing.
got me more hype because it gives me it showed more of the story that's going on, and
They're pulling it from the episode Feet of Clay.
I know
from
the episode.
the Batman the Animated
Yeah, I know.
Series, and that's one of the best episodes in the fucking show. And Batman the Animated Series is also one of the best fucking superhero shows that's ever existed. So it's like, yes it is. Don't fucking make that face. You're wrong.
Spectacular Spider-Man on top.
Not better than Batman the Animated Series. It's not. It's not.
Flame him! Get him!
What's funny is that he's going to see everyone flame him in the comments. Spectacular is up there, though. Like, it's probably pretty close. But Batman the Animated Series is, like, unlike anything else, bro. That's the best animated superhero show ever made.
It's pretty good. But
Anyways, I think Clayface looks fantastic, especially it's on a low budget, which is why that'll be such a good thing for it. Because it's like, I think they said it's like a $40 million budget. Dude, all they have to do is make like $80 million, then they make a profit.
yeah. No, it'd be 100 million because it's like 2.25%.
You're right.
I think it'd probably be like exactly 100 million
But
they need to make to get a profit.
They can make that in 3 weeks easy.
If it's good,
If it's good.
it needs to
And
be good.
horror movies have been slapping this year.
DC is not gonna. They're not gonna get people in seats just because it's a DC movie.
I know, but
They're gonna,
horror
I know,
movies
I know.
have been
I
killing
agree.
it this year.
I'm saying it
Obsession,
needs to have good word of
Backrooms.
mouth, or it's
I agree.
not gonna be good for the DCU.
I agree with you. I'm just saying I think this one has the potential to do it.
I agree. I do think it looks great. The trailer looked really good. But
So
do you have anything else you need to say about it?
about Clayface, no. I just want to close off with I think Green Lantern is actually going to surprise people. We don't have to talk about Green Lantern a lot. I just think that they've been hiding a lot with Green Lantern. I think it's going to surprise people.
I think tomorrow is going to surprise people with just the trailer alone.
I
But we're
agree.
going to have to see.
We'll talk about that.
No, we
I was
won't.
going to say next week, but we
Nah.
have too much Spider-Man
Yeah,
to talk
no,
about.
we're
so
only talking Spider-Man.
Yeah. We'll maybe talk about that the week after
Yeah.
or something. So.
But all right, guys, I think that is all we have for this week's episode of the Double Feature Podcast. Now, next week
Spider-Man
is going to be great, okay?
Spider-Man.
We already planned. We're going to have stuff technically better figured out. We're going to do the split camera approach. We are going to have a new table to put here to give us more space to get the shots well. We are going to be caught up on all of our clips, and we are going to be posting clips every single episode for the entire episode for you to watch on our Instagram and our TikTok. So next week is so far going to be our biggest episode of the podcast. So I hope you guys come for that. Last week was our biggest so far, but Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to be way bigger. We're both most anticipated movie of the year, both huge Spider-Man fans. We're going to do our rankings of Spider-Man movies. We're going to talk
come on, bro. Hold on.
Things.
Come on. Spider-Man.
We're going to talk all things Spider-Man for next week. So stay tuned for absolute peak, not only from us next week, but from Destin, Daniel Cretton, Tom Holland, John Bernthal, Mark Ruffalo, Sadie Singh, Zendaya, Jacob Batalon, CEO of Sex, Marvel Studios.
CEO of Sex!
It's going to be a 10 out of 10.
A T out of 10?
Or at least I hope. Anything else you want to say?
I just want to hype everybody up a little bit about the movie. We're going to get Tarantula. We're going to get Scorpion. We're going to get fucking
the CEO of Sex.
We're going to get the CEO of Sex. You lauded. You were loud over my Tombstone's hype. We better get Daredevil in the goddamn movie. I see the hand in that goddamn movie. He better be in that fucking movie. Or Marvel, I might have to come to your fucking house. All right? We better see some Daredevil.
Gonna get Man Spider. I hope not, actually, but
I don't think we actually are.
Yeah.
I thought so at the beginning, but
we're literally just gonna watch the inverse of Spider-Man 2, but in the MCU with the Hulk and the Punisher. Yeah. It's gonna be goated.
As Sammy J.
I have so much health.
As Sammy J. React said, instead of Spider-Man no more, it's gonna be Peter Parker no more. Shout out Sammy J. I fuck with your channel, even though you're annoying sometimes. I'm just kidding. Anyways. No, that's all I have to say. So all right. Let's close it.
Thank you all for watching this episode. Like we both just said, come back next week because it'll be a brand new day for the podcast and a brand new day for the MCU with Spider-Man Brand New Day. Thank you all for watching.
Peace.